Hello FlowStube, welcome to another installment of the Stitch With Me Chronicles. You probably didn't expect that to happen again so quickly, as I just uploaded something today. Today is Saturday, but the one that I just uploaded, that was a bit special because it was kind of for a friend. And here with this one, we're going to go back to our regular scheduling, so it's going to be posted on Monday. My name is Dobby, covered in floss, and you can find me under the same handle also on Instagram. And if you want to find me somewhere else, all the details can be found in the description box below. So, as you can see from the picture in front of you, today we're going to stitch on Anne of Green Gables. So let me just show you that, and I really hope that it's not going to be, it's a huge glare from my lamp, so I'm just trying to get it away. Maybe that wasn't the best idea to show you that on my tablet, but let's see. And I really hope that I will be able to just get my light back where it should be. So yeah, it's just, let me just try to get everything in place. But good, I think that, yep, everything is visible here. I hope that I have just like a good angle for you as well, so we can start stitching. So as mentioned in my last video, I did like a short poll asking what you would like to see being stitched, and there were so many votes on Anne, and I just started thinking that I would like to do this pattern, because as you know, I'm stitching that for my mum. I would like to do this pattern as a kind of focus piece for myself, and I would also like to kind of do that as a more regular stitch with me. However, the thing is that I need to find a good way for myself how to organize that, so I am not getting bored and you are not getting bored, because for example today we're again going to stitch on greens, so this is not the most exciting thing, I suppose, but oh well, there is lots of green. It's Anne of Green Gables, so of course there will be a lot of green and so on. And I was just thinking how to do that I can stitch and I am not getting bored on that, and I am not like burned out on that, and you also don't have enough. So I need to find a way. Basically in my head there was like a lot of planning already on what to do, how to do things. I already just started thinking also about a whip go for next year. That would be my first whip go in general, so I'm pretty excited, but also I don't want to do anything that can just like kill my stitchy bag or make me not want to stitch on some pieces and so on. Any of you who are doing whip go, please let me know how you do that, how you approach that, if you are being super optimistic with your plans / goals, or if you are being rather cautious and you are not going super crazy with anything, because I have lots of full coverage pieces, so of course that would be, did I make a mistake? Of course I made a mistake. Counting to 2 this time, people. Counting to 2. Not a forte, but with my way of starting things, I shouldn't have issues with pulling it out. Yep. So, with my kind of stitching on the full coverage pieces, I was just thinking, for example, having like a I don't know, 1,000 stitches for a specific month or something. But on one hand, it feels like a lot if you feel that you have to do that. But on the other hand, it doesn't feel like so much if that's like, if you are already setting goals, just like go big or go home. But yeah, I'm just like wondering what I should do. But I think that basically I'm going to see where I stand at the end of the year with everything. But of course, I'm already in the planning mode. I don't know why, but September is kind of a month of planning for me this way. And I usually just like get a planner for next year, and I just start putting everything and so on. This year I kind of cheated the system, because as I didn't have a planner for this year, so the beginning of August I got myself an 18 months planner. So starting July 2024 throughout the rest of 2024 and the whole 2025. So I already have that. It's already kind of set up because it's already in use. So one thing for planning, for my general planning, is kind of off, and I don't need to think about that. Do you see how blue my nails are, like around? Sorry for that. I have a very, very lazy day today. I had plans to do a few things, but then other things kind of messed up with these plans. So I had a lovely bath with like face mask and body scrubs and all the fun. And I also used the purple shampoo on my hair. So of course it's on my nails at the moment, just like trying to get that to the camera, but I don't know if that's showing. If that's showing, you know what that is. It's not some kind of strange smurf disease. It's just purple shampoo. So yeah, with planning, I am this kind of person that thinks that the next planner, the next diary or whatever, is going to organize her whole life. It hasn't worked so far, but I'm still hoping that one day. But I kind of love planning. I don't like, or maybe I am not that I don't like, but I am not very good at following all the plans. But planning is fun. So that's why I just started thinking about WhipGo, and definitely started thinking about how to do this project, my focus piece, how to do with that, and I can really see some progress on that. So I was already thinking that maybe I would do a kind of as a accountability part or whatever, I would do daily vlogs on stitching on that. So it would be like stitch with me, but not necessarily you would see every stitch that is coming and so on. It would be more just maybe giving the stats at the beginning, then showing where I am, then stitching off screen and coming back with the stats? Or would you prefer to have like daily stitch with me's that you could see my journey, my struggle with that and so on? Maybe not struggle with the pattern in general, but the struggle to stay in the habit, stay in the routine and so on. Let's see. But let me know if you have any ideas and if you would like to kind of be a part of the focusing on this bit like more intensely. I think that I did something wrong with the hoop today because the fabric tension is not as I like it. So in a moment maybe I'll just move that. I need more needle minders. Do I have a needle minder? No. But wait, I think I have a second tin here, so I should have another one. Yes. Sorry for that. Let me just move that and let me just try to find a bottom magnet. Yep. So I have like a circus ticket here for Life Freaks. It was bought ages ago, years ago, from the shop called Arty Moments. I don't know if they are still on Etsy. But yeah. So let me know what will you, if you would like to see more, and if you have any ideas how we can do that. Let me just mark my stitches off because otherwise I will get lost. And now I'm just going to, I was looking for a needle minder and still at the moment I'm just like putting that here. So with the nudge, I heard that you need to like really screw the screw super tight. Oh, that's better. So I'm trying, but with my tiny hands, it's not working always. Sorry, I just like hit my phone holder with my head because this is exactly what she needed. Extra shakes, sorry, jeez. Instead of just getting that stabilized, I started shaking even more, so yay, enjoy the ride. I have to tell you that I started truly enjoying the two-hand stitching with this setup at the moment, when I finally realized that I can have my Lowry stand set up in a bit of a different way than I had it before. But I know that I'm super slow with two hands. Maybe it's just like a matter of getting used to that. But I'm not going to complain about that because it gives me like an extra reason to slow down with everything, because it's just like I have like a bit different angle of looking at the fabric and so on, so it's not in front of my face, and it adds up to that being just simply nice and slow, how stitching basically should be. I'm wondering if I'm the product stitcher or I'm a process stitcher. I would love to see things finished, but I also just like working on things, so I don't mind. I did a few recalculations on my numbers because I realized that in the numbers that I was telling you, I had 2 new starts that I haven't started yet. So I subtracted these numbers from the total number of stitches that I need to complete to have all my projects done. And I also apparently lost the project somewhere. It's definitely somewhere in the flat, and there are basically like 2 places where it could be. I checked both and I cannot see that, so I am sure that the moment I forget that it ever existed, I will find that. So I also subtracted the numbers of this project. So now the completion time for all my projects is a tiny bit over 30 years. So people, this is doable. If I go like that, I may even have all of that finished before I'm 70. Yay! Can you imagine? So yeah, that would be perfect, because it's just like the retirement age is 67, I think. So if I finish that before 70, so I can implement my amazing retirement plan to learn how to frame. So you see, I have a plan. I have a plan for that. Let's see how's that going to work. But yeah, apart from this specific project that I really would like to finish, because this is something for my mom, I don't think that I have anything that I would feel any kind of extra pressure on doing. I think that the biggest pressure that I kind of feel is on the smaller projects that I have, because when you see that you're, I don't know, at 70%, so just like, it's just like, I don't know, 1,000 stitches and I would have it finished. But you just don't want to push it at this time, and everything here is supposed to be fun, and I don't want to take this fun away from myself. Give me a second, am I in a good place? Yes. So this is just like one of these bits when I'm just filling the tiny separate stitches, because we're in a confetti area with these greens. I don't mind, but sometimes it's just, I'm losing that a bit. Okay, where shall I move here? Now here, good. So yeah, as I said, today I had some plans, but they got changed, or I changed them, because the plan in general was to clean. So I started and I did everything what I wanted apart from vacuuming. So basically I hate vacuuming with passion, and I try to do that pretty regularly, so it's really like a couple of minutes affair and I don't need to spend too long on that. But today is even hotter than yesterday. So the cats are basically sprawled on the floors. So of course I couldn't do that because I cannot wake the cats. So that was kind of skipped. And I was just thinking that as I have a day off, so I will prepare everything for dinner, and then just jump to the tub and do some very needed self-care, like hair masks, face masks, and so on. But the moment I was getting ready to take stuff out of the freezer, I got a text from my boyfriend who was just like, if you haven't started preparing on dinner for tonight, because he knew what we had planned, leave that and let's go out in the evening. So who am I to say no? I jumped to the bath, I did what I needed to do while watching some Flash Tube and so on. So that was super, super cool. I feel extremely relaxed and very, very refreshed and clean. So I'm laughing that when he comes back from work, he's going to get a pretty and fresh version of me, because yeah, we are going out tonight, but as the weather is nice, we're going to a beer garden and we're going to bike them. And you can say everything about me after biking, but not that I am pretty. Nope. This is not the best view in the world. Still, I don't mind, so I'm pretty excited. It's kind of this year, I don't know why, but we didn't go to beer garden so much. Just like in Bavaria, here where I live, it's, yeah, you have the beer garden in the name, so just like for anyone who is not like from here, it is very much connected with beer. But no, you have just like really good food and you're sitting outside, and this is just like, it's a completely different atmosphere and a completely different environment, and I absolutely love it. But this year somehow, I think that it's because of this strange weather that we had. This summer was just like, first we didn't have summer at all. No, basically we didn't have spring as such. Summer just came and just hit us over the face, and then it was hot, and then it was raining, and it was hot again, and the humidity, I don't do very well in hot temperatures, but I am even worse in high humidity. I cannot breathe, I am tired, I am just like, bleh, nope. So I think that was the reason, because yeah, that's cool that you're outside, but it's not as pleasant as you would like that to be. So that's why we skipped that. Today the temperature is pretty high. I think that this is like about 4 degrees higher than yesterday. I'm talking Celsius. So I don't like it. I really don't like it. But I hope that in the evening it's going to be nice enough and not humid, that we can just bike, we can just sit outside for a moment. We are not going to get completely devoured by mosquitoes. And then we can just go back home. As I mentioned yesterday, we're watching Game of Thrones at the moment. We're on the 4th season, and I think that we have the last episode left from the 4th season. I need to check. And I'm pretty excited that I'm just there. But unfortunately, one of my favorite characters, who was just like far too short in the series, Oberyn, played by one and only Pedro Pascal, that I absolutely love. just died in the previous episode, so mwah. But this is Game of Thrones, so everyone's dying. I shouldn't be surprised. I kind of do not understand that from my reading, but it was ages ago as well. So, yeah. But basically, Pedro Pascal. For Pedro Pascal, I even just got a pass from my boyfriend that if we ever meet Pedro Pascal and Pedro Pascal is interested, I have a green light. Yeah. Delusional. But why not? A girl can dream. Do you have any celebrity crushes? I know that I am at the age where celebrity crushes shouldn't be a thing, but I'm sorry, Pedro Pascal. I think he's just like a completely different category. This is one of these people that I don't know if I want to adopt him or if I want to do very, very naughty things to him. Shall I mark this video as not safe for work? So let me know if you have any celebrity crushes that your partner would give you a pass on. I think that during one of my Stitch With Me's in my Chronicles, I really need to finally tell you a story about my boyfriend, how we met and so on. Because this is just like such a sweet story involving such a sweet person that I would definitely want to share that. So I think that one day you will get a story about a very, very different kind of love. Okay, so we're just moving to this part at the moment. Just double checking this time if I'm starting in the right place. I'm looking at that now. I would need to check that on a chart, but as I was grading it, just let me quickly check. Where am I with that? Am I 1, 2, 3? So yeah, here it's going to be like if I add another line here, it's going to be the end of the page. It's the second page this way. But I am not very tempted to go this way yet, even though I have quite some stitches here after this page in this color that I'm doing currently. So this is 905, because this is like the top of the roof. But then there is the house with lots of whites and other stuff, and I am not sure if I am ready yet. But let's see. Let me just check if you can still see everything correctly as I moved to the other corner. Let me maybe just move that a bit. Yeah, I think that it may be a bit better. Let me know what do you think about the new setup, because I just got myself this gooseneck phone holder that I have attached to my windowsill, and it's like a pretty good place, I think. What am I doing? Did I mess up like completely? Or am I okay? I don't know. Once again, thinking. So I have... Okay, because of course that I didn't start in the right place. Yay! Even though I double checked that. Why not? Girl. But I am so close to the correct place that I think that I'm just going to do it this way. So I have my pin stitch here, and I'm just going to move that there. Yep. And we are in the correct place now. So here, and now I need to move 3 to this side. No. Is it possible that I just like missed the whole line in the... It is possible. Yep. So I was almost right. It was almost correct. So here we also need a stitch in this place. So it's just like previously when I was stitching, I marked off 4 stitches as done that weren't done, but this is the same color, so we are fine. I can just like do it now and be in the right place. But that's why my brain was so confused. Where I am, what I'm doing, why not? Sorry, again. I am very, very sorry. So it is not a perfect solution. However, it is, I think, better than it was like on the desk, because you could see only like a part of what I was working on. And I needed to be like very, very careful with where I was moving my hoop that I was holding, because it was also just like being held in hand. So there is of course a human error with the movement. But good, I am now in the right place. Now it's easier when I know where I am and what I'm doing. So at the moment I think that I have about 89,000 stitches to finish on this one. So I am thinking, before I decide if I am going to involve you in that and just film anything, do any vlog style stuff, or just let it be as it is and, for example, post on Instagram and use that from time to time on a regular Stitch With Me's. But I'm thinking about just like setting a goal for myself, so like do, let's say, maybe 200 stitches a day. Wondering if that would be doable for me without getting completely done with this piece. But I think that at the moment I'm just doing pretty well in terms of like stitching in one area, so it shows like a bit more progress. Probably if I started stitching on that like regularly and having a daily goal, for example, or like a weekly goal for that, I would need to move to some kind of cross-country on that. I absolutely adore cross-country. I hate filling in all the ninja stitches afterwards, but the fun is fun when it lasts. But no, not going to plan anything. At the moment, I am behaving very, very well on this pattern, so that's why I think that I'm also gridding only the page where I'm at, because this way I am not tempted to travel too much with my thread, because I don't trust my counting. So for the time being, at least, I'm going to stick to that. Today's stitch with me is definitely a bit more quiet. I love sharing my stitching with you, but today it's just not a very much talking day. I hope you don't mind. Normally at the moment probably I would be sitting with my phone, playing floss tube, and I can continue stitching on that, and I think that this is what I'm also going to do when I'm done with filming. My boyfriend is going to come home probably in about half an hour. So let's see. I can definitely do some stitching when he is home already and before we go. But I definitely want to do at least 100 stitches with you here. So you can see it growing. I know that a lot of you love this project, and I do too. It's just I at some point burned myself out on that, so it was very, very difficult to pick. But then I started missing these greens. I don't know why, but it's just like this green confetti makes me so ridiculously happy. I think that if confetti is just millions of colors, it annoys me a bit. But if that's like a sea of one color and you stitch that and then you take a step back and you see the effect, because it's just like with this one, these leaf area, it looks basically three-dimensional, so it's very much worth it. There's like 15 different types of greens in one place, and green is calming. So I'm not going to complain. if I have like an extra calming effect here. Do you have a preferred method of stitching? As I said, that I was trying a lot of them, and it usually depends anyway on the pattern, what the pattern wants from me and how everything feels. But does any of you have like a one method that you love and you stick to no matter on what you are stitching? And why do you love it so much? Let me know. I love just like hearing other people telling me about their stitchy choices, because cross stitch is really, really free in these terms. The only rule totally that I'm just going to advocate always is just to stitch into one direction. So not that everyone should stitch in the same direction, but all your stitches go to the same direction. Because when I see a pattern being stitched and I see just like the top legs going into different directions, it so much messes up with my brain. I just notice one stitch and I cannot concentrate on anything else. So that's why this is just like the only thing that I need. The rest, if you're going cross country, if you travel with your floss as much as possible, I don't care what kind of fabric count you are using, what threads you are using. If that makes you happy, it makes me happy. And of course, I'm still tempted from time to time to just like look at that and that would look good, for example, with diagonals. But then when I think about, okay, but you would need to convert it to diagonals first, and you would need to do this and that, I just like, nah. I'm good. I'm good where I am with my stitching. Okay, here and here. Looking good. At the moment, it's a bit of this kind of like a lattice effect. And it just like I cannot wait for all these like white bits here to be filled in with another green, because then it shows you. But at the moment you can see how it kind of starts layering here until you have like the gorgeous tree here. I love it. Sorry, I truly hope that you cannot hear my stomach. It just decided to sing you the song of its people. there was a moment where I wasn't stitching for quite some time. It was like a year, 2 years ago. And I was super drawn to ASMR stitching videos where you hear the needle going through the fabric and just the thread being pulled. I think that it was best on like the Chinese stamped kits, because then you have like I don't know, 2-3 strands. So of course you can hear that when it's being pulled through the hole in the fabric, and as the fabric is covered in some kind of ink, it also differs a bit with the sound it makes from like a normal white fabric. So I really like that, and it kind of put me in the mood, and I came back to stitching. And not so long after that, I started my floss tube, so thank you, ASMR. I think that this is one of the few types of ASMR that I can go through. I hate it, and especially if somebody tries to just like whisper in the video. Ugh, no. And I absolutely hate the nail tapping on boxes. Oh god, no. So stitching with the thread going through, that's one that I like, or maybe not like, I tolerate. And the other one is any kind of journaling, but also without tapping on the boxes or on the bags, but the journaling, like the junk journal and so on, or scrapbooking, because I absolutely love like the paper crunching and like the washi tape being unrolled and so on. I can support this kind of sounds. Yeah, but why I started talking about that, because for a moment I was quiet, and I could truly hear just the thread going through the fabric. Let me know if you can hear that. That would be cool to know. Okay, let me just anchor that, not anchor, just pull it here, and it's going to be anchored with the other stitches here. Where am I? What did I stitch here? I think that was this one, and that's it. Or was I here somewhere as well? Nope. Good. Oh, good. So I think that I'm just going to be finishing for today. It's a bit shorter video today, but you got 2 this week. So let me know if you have ideas on how to stitch this one together a bit. I need to think as well. I will continue stitching on that now while watching floss tube. But together we did 127 stitches, so it's a kind of good, it's a really good results for like 45 minutes. So I truly hope that you have an amazing day, that the weather is as you want it to be. Have a fantastic weekend. I hope that you will have a lot of stitchy time, and we see each other soon. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.